Alright, I just finished Memoir of a Milk Carton Kid by Tanya and Kach and Lawrence Fisher. It was written in 2011. I found this book laying in some weeds, some grass. It was a manicured lawn. The person ripped off the covers front and back, and then it was really soggy. So I don't know what the problem was, but I picked it up, started reading it, just looked at it, and I found it very interesting. So I decided to quickly read through it. You can look up Tanya Kach on the internet and see her more modern appearance now. And you can also see updated pictures of this pedophile too. But, I mean, I think that she's imprisoned herself. Alright, from age 14 until 24. I think that her nervousness and anxiety were big factors in staying with the captor. What's his name again? Oh my God! She stayed with him for 10 years and just kind of lived in his room with some cats and his son, who is her age. She said that she spent a lot of time with the son, who came on to her multiple times, and she kept resisting him. But her captor, he was actually having sex with her. He took her virginity at 14, and then they would have all kinds of sex. So she was a sex slave who stayed in his bedroom upstairs. See, we don't know his side of the story. This is all Tanya's, and she's very dramatic, okay? She got into a lot of fights at school, and I don't know why I can't remember the guy's name. That the captor was a security guard, and took her in as a friend. She kept getting into all these fights and skipping school, and he was really lenient on her, and they started a relationship very close with each other, where actually it turned into a bunch of groping, and she smoked a lot, I guess, and he did too, and they would share cigarettes and fondle each other, and she would run away and have problems with her parents. Her parents neglected her. She didn't feel like anybody cared about her, and so Thomas Hose came in to her life and told her that he was the only one that really cared for her. So eventually, by age 14, after running away a lot, getting tired, she got tired of her parents. The push-pull factors, she got pushed into his place pretty much by her parents, because her parents are divorced, and either one didn't really care to keep her. And she talked about the bumbling of the police and the schools and all that. I mean, how much do you expect? She was giving all these excuses into why the police were not holding up their duties to like prevent her from being a missing child and all that. They should have done more stakeouts or something in proper places. I don't know. She's got a lot of drama. But Hose took her in at age 14. She just hid in his bedroom for 10 years. Alright? And she got out every so often, okay? It wasn't like she was totally captive. She did have freedoms, but it was anxiety and fear that kept her there. She would spend the Christmases in the closet, which, she really focused on that. She wasn't talking about Valentine's Day or Thanksgiving. No, she talked about, she really remembered the Christmases. Those were a sad time for her. Alright, she's naturally a sad person who cries a lot and gets upset a lot. She's weak-willed. You look at her jaw, she's weak-willed. Okay, she couldn't stand up for herself, and she let other people stand up for her, and then she felt like she was getting taken advantage of as a result. People trying to take over trying to put strength into her were also, she claims, taking advantage of her in some way. So she's been having difficulties. She was having these difficulties as a child growing up. Her parents, bore her into the world with these problems. She's been having these problems ever since escaping, even in the limelight. She talks well after the limelight, well after getting the media attention, international media attention of the court case and life after the court case, what it's been for her. And it's been the same. She's been struggling with her anxiety, and she's been seeing therapists who help a little bit. Even the therapist took advantage of her. Everybody's taking advantage of this helpless woman. And it's just, who else do you blame? Okay? A lot of people in this book, she even mentions a lot of people, even her own dad, who's given up on her. I mentioned questions, like he's like, I want to know Thomas Hose's side of the story. She really couldn't get all the convictions that she wanted. She wanted Hose to, in her mind, to stay in prison for 10 years, and I think he got put in for 5. He's probably out by now. I couldn't see how this guy would be thrown in jail for so long. It's really, he's kind of a victim too. All right, of his own stupidity, okay, and mistakes. But it's an interesting read. I highly recommend it. I shouldn't talk more about it.